Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lacey Alhoria stage. Today we are going to present you The Merchant of Venice play, which was written by William Shakespeare. I hope you enjoy it. The Merchant of Venice is one of the most famous plays written by William Shakespeare, who was one of the famous dramatists and poet in the world. He has written 37 plays. The protagonists are Antonio, Bassanio, Shylock, Portia, Nerissa, Jessica and Lorenzo. My name is Antonio. I am one of the most famous merchants in Venice. I am a kind-hearted man who lends people money with no interest. I am Christian and a rich merchant.
I am Bassanio. I am a rich merchant. I inherited money, but I am a spendthrift. I lost all my money and I want to marry a rich woman called Portia, but I have to lend money to marry.
I am Shylock. I am a Jew merchant and moneylender. I lend people money with a lot of interest. I have a daughter called Jessica. She loves a Christian man who was called Lorenzo.
I am Portia. I am a rich woman who inherited a huge amount of money and a lot of suitors wanted to marry me, but before my father died he put my picture in one of the 3 caskets, which made of gold, silver and lead. And the suitor must choose the right casket to marry me. Bassanio was one of them.
I am Nerissa. I am Portia's best friend. I am Shylock's daughter. I love a Christian man who was called Lorenzo. I ran away with him to marry him and I stole all my father's jewels and a lot of his money.
Antonio. You know I want to marry a rich woman called Portia and I need 3,000 ducats.
You know all my ships are on the sea carrying my goods. And I don't have enough money to lend you. But you can go to the market and ask any merchant to lend you the money.
So, Bassanio went to the market and asked all the merchants. But none of them could lend him the money. So he went to Antonio again to tell him what happened.
We have no choice. You must go to Shylock and ask him to lend you the money. And I will pay any sum he wants as interest. And tell him I will guarantee you. Bassanio went to Shylock and asked him to lend him the money, and Antonio will guarantee him. But Shylock had a bad condition to lend Bassanio the money.
You want me to lend you 3,000 ducats? That's a very big sum. And Antonio will guarantee you. I want him to tell me that.
Okay, he will come to tell you by himself.
Shylock, I will pay any sum you want to lend to Bassanio. And we will give you your money back after 3 months only.
I'll lend you the money. But one condition. If you didn't pay the money back after 3 months in a certain time and in a certain day, I will take a pound of your flesh, and we will go to the judge to write a bond to guarantee my right. This is the law.
Of course not. I don't want the money. I don't want to marry or risk my friend's life. Antonio, please don't agree, don't sign the bond.
Bassanio, don't worry. All my ships will be here in less than 2 months and I will pay him all his money back before 3 months.
So Antonio went with Shylock to the judge and wrote the bond and Antonio signed it.
So Bassanio took the money and went to Belmont to ask Portia to marry him. She asked him to choose one of the caskets which had her picture. So Bassanio had chosen the right one. Gratenio, who is Bassanio's friend, decided to go to Belmont with Bassanio to marry Nerissa, who is Portia's friend.
Portia, I have chosen the lead casket. And I found your picture in it. I was sure that not all glitter gold. So I didn't choose the silver or the gold one.
I am so happy to choose the right one. And I promise to make you happy all your life.
There were 2 robbers. One of them was that Jessica had escaped and stole a big sum of her father's money and a box of jewels. She will marry Antonio's friend Lorenzo. The second rumor was that Antonio's ships have sunk in the sea and he has lost all his money. So he couldn't pay Shylock's money back. Bassanio's and Antonio's friends went to Belmont to tell Bassanio what had happened to Antonio's ships, and Shylock will go to the court to put Antonio in the prison.
Portia, I'd like to tell you that I have a big problem and my friend Antonio is going to die because of me.
Tell me, Bassanio, what happened. We'll do anything to save his life.
I have borrowed 3,000 ducats to marry you. And Antonio guaranteed me to pay the money back. And he couldn't. Shylock will take a pound of his flesh by law.
Take any money you want and pay Shylock's money back. Even he asked 6,000 ducats or 9,000 ducats or more than this. Go to Venice and save your friend now. Nerissa? Nerissa,
Yes, Portia. What's wrong?
Let's go to the Judge Belred.
Judge Belred? Why?
Antonio has borrowed money from Shylock. And gave the money to Bassanio to marry me. And now Shylock is going to take a pound of Antonio's flesh by the bond which he had signed.
Okay, but what can we do to help him? His case is very complicated and Shylock is the only one who can save his life.
So Portia and Nerissa went to the most famous judge and he told them very important things about the case and the law of Venice. So they decided to disguise as lawyers to defend Antonio to save his life.
Antonio, you promised me to give me my money back but you couldn't, and my right now I must take a pound of your flesh. As you have signed the bond.
But Bassanio, my friend, brought you your money. And you can take it now.
Here is your money, you can take it. And forget the case and forgive Antonio.
No. I don't want my money, I want a pound of Antonio's flesh to revenge from him.
Bassanio, please go and ask the king to ask Shylock to have mercy on me.
Don't worry, Antonio, I will do my best. Shylock, you should forgive Antonio and take the money.
No. I don't want the money, I need a pound of his flesh, this is the law.
Sorry, Antonio, I can't change his mind. This is the law.
Shylock, why do you want to revenge from Antonio? Because he didn't pay you your money on time.
No, because he didn't like me. Because I am a Jew money lender, he always humiliates me and treats me badly. He always called me a dog in front of the people. He lends people money with no interest. And I lend them with a lot of interest. So this is my turn to humiliate him.
And now the judge and his assistant comes in.
Antonio, you have borrowed Shylock's money and couldn't repay it on time.
Yes, sir.
And you were the main cause to make him lose a lot of his money?
Yes, sir, but I can repay his money now.
Shylock, Antonio wants to repay you your money now, do you agree?
No. I don't want my money, I want a pound of Antonio's flesh as the bond says and this is the law.
Bassanio, can you pay him 6,000 ducats instead of 3?
Yes, I can. Here is the money.
No. I don't want his money, I want a pound of his flesh.
Shylock, what about taking 9,000 ducats and have mercy and forgive Antonio?
No. I don't want any money, I need Antonio's flesh as the bond says, I want my right by law.
Okay, now Shylock, you have to ask for a doctor to save Antonio if he bleeds when you cut a pound of his flesh and pay for the doctor.
Does the bond say that? Did I write this to pay for a doctor to save Antonio's life?
My assistant, show me the bond please.
The bond didn't say to bring a doctor to save Antonio.
That's great. My assistant lawyer did the bond say that he will take a pound only of Antonio's flesh?
Yes, it says, a pound only, no more no less.
So, give Shylock a knife to cut a pound of Antonio's flesh. But you must take a pound only, no more no less, or you will put to death because this is the law.
The bond says you will take only a pound, not less than it or more than it as you have written. What does it mean, sir?
It means that if you have taken any more of your right, you'll put to death.
Death. How? I am the victim, not the victimizer.
Sir, this is the law, and you want your right by law. Oh. I want to tell you that the law of Venice says, if any foreigner wants to kill any Venetian, he will put to death, and the half of his money will go to the victim, and the other half will go to the state of Venice. This is the law.
Okay, I don't want Antonio's flesh, I want 9,000 ducats.
Okay, here is the money, 9,000 ducats.
No, Bassanio, this isn't his right now. We offered him to take the money and he refused.
What does it mean?
My assistant lawyer. Tell him, what does it mean?
It means you wanted to kill Antonio and you must to put to death because this is the law and you lost your money and your life.
I don't want his money. I'll give his share to his daughter Jessica and her husband Lorenzo.
I want to tell you something, Shylock. The king only who can forgive you and let you live as a poor man.
I lost everything, I'm a poor man now and going to die. What can I do? What can I do?
Stand up, Shylock. I will forgive you. But you have to leave my country tomorrow morning.
What can I do? I lost everything.
You can do nothing. Your greediness makes you lose everything. So it's better to leave Venice and start a new life in another place and pray to God to forgive you.
The case is solved. Please all leave the court.
How can we thank you both? You saved my friend's life.
You saved my life.
Not at all, I have saved the person's life who helped me and my husband to get married and live in happiness, so I have to do my best to save his life. Nerissa, take off your coat and you're veiled.
Portia my wife? Nerissa her best friend?
You are an excellent wife and a brilliant lawyer.
Antonio, I'd like to tell you something good. All your ships were saved and you didn't lose your money and you are a rich merchant, not a bankrupt merchant.
Thanks God. Thanks God for everything. Finally, we would like to say something very important. A friend indeed is a friend in need. If you do good things in your life, you will be remembered for these things. Good friends are hard to find, harder to leave, and impossible to forget.